Just want to say that this is our first public screening that we've had of our film. As you heard from Larry, it just was finished about a week ago. And it's a real thrill, and I want to thank Helen and Larry and all the staff at the festival for including our film in this wonderful festival, which has truly become one of Toronto's most important cultural events. So I want to thank them for hosting us for the first time. There's people in this room that have helped make the film, and I'm not going to, it would take too long to name a few of you, but I really want to thank 4 persons who made the film possible, and without them there would be no film. And 2 of them are here today. I'd like to thank Elise and Alan Mecklinger. I think to stand up, our executive producers, and also Barry and Heinz Sherman, and without their support there would be no film. At this time, I'm going to turn things over to our wonderful fellow directors and producers, Peter Miller, Sharon Felder, and Amy Linton. And Peter and Sharon are here from New York, and Amy's here from Atlanta, and I'm here in Toronto. But I'm going to sit down and let them take the ball.
I'd say a couple things. Thank you so much, Will. What a joy it's been to collaborate with you and with Amy and Sharon and with our wonderful team on this film. A couple more people in the room today. Anne-Marie Smith is responsible for getting permission for all the music in this film, among many other things. Please stand up, Anne-Marie. Assisted, and we were all assisted in many ways by Will Bratton, who is, in addition to being Sharon's husband, is a genius about everything having to do with Doc's music, our consulting producer, and we couldn't have done this without you. Will, please stand up. And I just want to say that this film could not have been, that we could not have made this film without any of this team. Sharon, our producing partner, and Will and Amy. This is our 4th film together. Thank you to everybody and who's been involved in putting this all together. It's been a lovely and wonderful and joyous ride.
I'm greatly indebted to Will Hector, Peter Miller, Amy Linton, Anne-Marie, my husband Will Bratton. I mean, it's been a true labor of love as well as a huge collaborative effort between all of us. So I hope you enjoyed it.
All right, do we have any questions?
Not really a question. I just wanted to thank you, congratulate you on the film. I had read the biography of Doc, which I would also really recommend if anybody reads Lonely Avenue. And I remember one line that the author said somewhere, that Doc Pomus was the most beloved human being ever come across. And I think your film really captured that. So.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, thanks.
The comment was about the biography of Doc Pomus, Lonely Avenue, which is recommended to anyone who's interested in not only in Doc but in his music.
Alex, I'll just say the name. It's called Lonely Avenue: An Unlikely Life by Alex Halberstadt.
And the line I was quoting, you might want to use that of his. The line that Alex used about your father.
That he was the most beloved character.
Yeah, and that your movie.
Thank you. As Jerry Wexler always said, if the music business had a heart, it would be Doc Pomus.
Any questions? Yeah.
As a kid, I saw the name Doc Pomus here or there, but it wasn't meaningful to me the way I would see Carole King's name. I guess it was just maybe my age. But watching this, it's tied in. Like Mink DeVille, like most of my friends never got there. I got there. And it's like a thread in my life to follow this music. It's, you know, like you guys don't know me, but I am telling you, this is such a meaningful experience.
That's great.
Okay, the gentleman.
I just want to, how do I get to see how do my friends that would love this, how can they see this?
The question is, how can his friends who love this
Good
get to
question.
see this? Which is a great question. We just finished this film moments ago.
You're the first to see it.
This is the first crowd that has seen this film, and we're just so delighted to share it with you.
Thank you.
We have, it will be showing in film festivals elsewhere soon. It's going to be in the San Francisco Jewish Film Festival, at the Stony Brook Film Festival, and various other places. And we are hoping it will be in movie theaters, on television, on DVD, everywhere that you can see a movie. We hope this movie will be shown. You can go to akadocpomus.com and follow the progress of where this film is going to be shown.
I gather, and I have the feeling that Doc Pomus was very, very much into music, was his life, and he was already famous. Because this is brilliant. His whole life, he touched many different artists. Now, my question would be, would he have not had a fabulous feeling knowing that all of his life would have been documented like this? Did he get to see it? Did he get to know that this was going to be put together so unbelievably, historically together like this? Did you know that?
No, he died in 1991. So unfortunately, lifetimes are never lined up in sync, sadly, the way things go. But he did know that he was quite beloved, and he posthumously got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. The biography was written after he passed, but he knew that he was very beloved. So that was great.
I can also say that this film originated many, many years ago. Sharon started this, the idea of making a film about Doc, and shot a bunch of footage many years ago. I don't know how long ago that was.
Yeah.
But then before Will and we came along and joined up and teamed up to get this over the finish line and tell the story. We couldn't have gotten it done by 1991, but we're glad we got it done now.
I do have a question, and where did all the interviews with Doc come from?
They're from all different various sources. Some are from old TV shows, cable television shows. Many things never were released on television. Some of them are the outtakes of, one was a show called Witness to Survival that aired years ago. One was from
In Canada.
In Canada, that's right. One was from a show called Night Music that was a show that was by Lauren Michaels produced, and it was about different music people. So that was an interview that never was ever on television. So just different in-home movies that we've collected, and birthday party footage. I think that's it.
Okay.
How long did it take you from beginning to end? How many years?
How long did the process
Yeah,
take?
from beginning to
Well, I was working for years before I had the pleasure of joining forces with Will, Hector, Peter, and Amy. So my part of it was just maybe 6 or 7 years, and then
And then it was probably about two years of intense work to put this together. And I should add that to our enormous good fortune, Sharon and her husband Will have been gathering materials for decades about Doc's life. So a lot of the footage that you see and a lot of the photos you see come from an extraordinary archive that they've kept, which made our job as researchers a lot easier. We must have gathered and put into a database 3,000, 4,000 photographs and equal amount of film footage from a billion different sources. But thank goodness that these folks, Sharon had the foresight to hang on to everything.
What was it like growing up with him, especially when your parents got divorced? Who did you live with? And all the fascinating things you met?
well, let's see. I lived with my mother for many years and with my father for many. As a teenager, I tried living with my dad alone, and that was a challenge. It was an interesting chapter when he was running the professional card games. So That's another movie. But the fun part was I was already dating my husband when I was in high school. And my father would say something to me like, can you get lost and come back 2 days from now because we need the apartment to turn into a card game for the next 2 days. So I would be like, yes, I have, 2 nights freedom to be on my own. But it was a really fascinating, like Damon Runyon-esque childhood. It was totally untraditional in every possible way. It was fascinating. I don't regret a minute of it. Both my parents are and were wonderful people. Typical, just very loving, just not traditional in any sense.
In the middle.